All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show. So, what I'm going to get into today is, are you letting a simple injury hold you back? I first want to say, though, I'm not talking about something, again, that's very big, an injury as far as that goes. Okay, this is going to be something very minute. So, I'm talking about things that are going to be very small, that's something that you can maybe or most likely recover from if you take the time to maybe go to therapy or just take the time to strengthen it again. Because I think so many people out there let small setbacks hold them back, which eventually in years or even decade has a huge effect on their health and wellness. Okay? I've seen this throughout my life many, many times, especially with people in the gym. I think a lot of times we let small injuries, let me say that again, small, minute, injuries all of a sudden stop us from staying in shape or stop us from working out or stop us from doing anything physical. Then as time goes on, you may put some weight on, you may get out of shape, whatever the case may be, or you just start living a lifestyle of laziness because of something very small. And I think a lot of people choose the laziness and a lot of times use the excuse of a small injury. And, again, I've had injuries throughout my entire life. I don't think anyone is going to go injury free throughout their entire life. It's almost impossible because if you just sit around and do nothing, you're going to most likely probably become obese or very weak. On the other hand, if you become very physical, you are going to have some injuries here and there, especially as you age. I don't know, you're going to pull something, you might hyperextend something, you may break something. Whatever the case may be, you're going to most likely have these, small tweaks here and there, or you could get injured really bad. You know what I mean? You may need knee replacement, a hip replacement. You may hurt your back. You may hurt your neck. You may, again, break your hand. I don't know. There's all these different types of things that may or may not happen. But I'm here to tell you, when you get injured, again, if it's a big injury or if you got in a big car accident or you have a big, an illness, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about maybe, you hurting some part of your body while working out. You could, again, hurt your knee. You could do something to your lower back. And these are all things I've done. I've torn my rotator's cuff. Throughout my entire body, I have injured it everywhere, I think, at this point. But I never let that hold me back. I'll tell you one of the tricks I did is, and I actually, not even that long ago in San Diego, I was with my cousin, and we were mountain biking or whatever the hell, and I flipped over the handlebars trying to do this huge jump like an asshole, flipped over and broke a few ribs. We went to his chiropractor because he was right down the road, and I couldn't breathe very well. The chiropractor said, listen, let me wrap you up. And he said, most likely you broke a few ribs. Wait to see in the emergency room. And I said, oh, shit. So he said, let's see how it is over the weekend. It was a Friday. I said, okay. I couldn't even sit straight up. But what's crazy is so I went and laid down for 24 hours. Then the next day I had to get up. So I went to the gym and I was leaning over and I started to do my own therapy. I started to do some leg workout and then I went into the pool and the sauna and the jacuzzi. Then Monday came and I was able to sit up straight, and then I started to feel really good. Then I went in there and truthfully he said, what did you do? I said, well, I do this, my own therapy thing, that, how I recover from certain things. He's like, how old are you? And I told him my age, and then he was kind of shocked because he's like, you recovered at your age like what would take somebody like 28 to 30 days. You did it over the weekend. I just want to know how you did it. He took a bunch of notes. And then he said, I think it's a waste for you to go to a doctor because all they're going to do is wrap you up like I did. And I said, oh, okay. And probably in less than a week, I was back working out, but I wasn't doing back. I mainly was doing a lot of different things, so I took it upon myself to do a lot of cardio. I avoided all the things that I knew I couldn't do, but I didn't stop working out. I also was nowhere near as intense as I was because I knew I had an injury. I also researched and said, hey, how do I recover from broken ribs? What should I be doing? What can I do? What can I not do? And as time went on, I eventually healed, even in my 40s. Now, I could have used that for an excuse. I think a lot of people may be like, I can't do anything for 30 days. Oh, I shouldn't do anything for 60 days. Before you know it, I may have been somebody who never went back to the gym. I know that's extreme, but I think that happens with a lot of people. And that's what I wanted to kind of bring up on this. Even if, say, as I have a lot of friends now, they're having knee replacements, honestly, hip replacements. They're having a lot of issues. Now, they have to be very careful of what they do. I am not telling them to ever want to re-injure themselves. But I also think there are things they can do, like everybody else, to stay healthier. Find types of exercises that they can do, maybe. And again, it could be anything. You may, at this point in time, like I said, you may have arthritis in your hands. You may have arthritis in different parts of your body. That doesn't mean you can't work out other parts of your body to stay healthy. The hands are tough, I get it. But I'm telling you right now, you could swim a lot of times, you can maybe walk, you can do crew, maybe even yoga. There's a lot of things out there, but don't let these little small injuries hold you back from staying in shape. Think about that. You can recover from them if you put the time and effort. And even if you got to go to therapy, if you're really having some problems and you have insurance, you're like, hey, let me nip this in the bud. Don't let it linger on for year after year after year. There might be ways now more than ever to fix certain things. And you should take advantage of it. Why would you want to live in pain, right? So just something to think about. All right, you got any questions or comments, please feel free to hit me up. I'm at rich@richcelenza.com. I'm going to be doing a lot of anti-aging things. And I think one of the things that does age us is allowing, like I was saying earlier, things to come into our life that stop us from being healthy. And it could even be, and I'm going to throw this out there. A lot of times it's just not only injuries. A lot of times you may move to a certain location and it doesn't have the gym that you liked. And you just quit, right? You're just like, oh man, I loved this certain type of gym. Or I love only going to this type of yoga boutique. Or I love swimming and I don't have a pool anymore. You just quit doing everything physical. So now if you can't swim, you're just going to let your body go. I'm just saying, I used to love to hike in the mountains. Now I don't live anywhere near the mountains. I live in Florida. It's all flat. I can't do that. Or, hey, I used to live near the ocean and surf every day. I literally just went through a discussion with somebody who loved to surf throughout their life. They moved away from the ocean. Now they don't do much. I'm like, there's other things you could do in the water besides surf. And also, you're only 60 miles from there. So you could still go there if you really, truly wanted a couple days a week. But again, they'll use it as an excuse to go, that's all I like to do. Something to think about. All right? Take care.